Okay, another follow-up video. So the joint finish that I've got here. So you got to do all this at the appropriate time. You got to wait for your mortar to be not too wet, not too dry. So I'm really happy with that sort of colour at the moment. It's not going to stay this way. It will dry out lighter. Anyhow, I wanted this to be smooth, fairly flush, so I got the handle off my repointing hawk. It's a nice fat handle. It's probably about 30-35 mil wide, and I just sort of pressed it. I didn't drag it across like a jointer, just pressed it in and just tried to get that to, keep the mortar all the way to the edges. Yeah, so that's the first thing I did. Use that. Then I have gone and just gently rub my finger over it. Yeah. Just to get some texture to it instead of it being too smooth. I don't particularly like mortar like this when it's really smooth, although that serves a purpose. That's smooth like that. All the fines have come to the top, and that's creating pretty much waterproof. Stops the penetration of moisture because it's so smooth. The water hits it and just runs off. When it's like this, it can soak in, but that's okay on this home. But it mightn't be so good if we're in a really cold, wet climate like England and Ireland and Scotland and so on with lime mortars. Anyhow, I digress again. So yeah, I used some people would call that barrel jointing. I just used that old timber handle. I do like a bit of rough texture. It adds character. Yeah, so what I'll probably do is let this dry a lot more now today. And I will go over it with a sponge and see what happens. It's been quite a few years since I've used a sponge, and we'll go through that also. The best way to learn how to be a clean bricklayer is to do your own jobs, bricklaying jobs, and to clean them. So you say to the builder, righto, here's my price. I'm going to lay the bricks. I'm going to do a nice clean job. And I'm going to clean the brickwork down once we're finished. And you're going to say to yourself, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. Builder, you're not going to need a brick cleaner at the end of this job because I'm going to clean it. I'm going to lay them and I'm going to clean them. Now, believe me, if you do that, you'll soon learn the importance of laying clean bricks. It's the best way to learn, the only way to learn. You take on a job, you lay the bricks, and you clean the brickwork at the end of the job. And believe me, you will learn so much. The next job, you'll lay them cleaner than you've ever laid them. And the next job, and then start experimenting with sponging down and stuff like that. Probably only in summer, and probably only with certain bricks, not all bricks. And your game will go from, low average to high premium sort of work. That should be your aim, if you're into it. Some bricklayers aren't into it. We don't want to be an awesome clean bricklayer, just want to slap them in and get paid. And there's a place for people like that. That's okay. But if you want to go up a level or two, then these are the things you need to start doing and thinking about and practicing and trying. And number one is do a job and clean it yourself. Yep. No more to say.